So one of the first questions you probably have in your head is, who would ever want to buy my soaps? And this is the first question you need to have an answer to, because you need to be pretty confident that there's someone out there to purchase what you have to offer. So the answer is, you will attract the people who are attracted to you. I know this sounds silly, but this is the piece you need to figure out. What makes you unique? What draws people to you, or what will draw people to you in regards to you and your product? So grab your favorite mug full of something and let's chew on this for a minute. Who are those people who are attracted to you? Really. Oh, Alan testified to that. Yeah, what it was before. There's a buyer for everything. Have you heard that phrase before? It's a phrase that just kind of embodies the fact that we're all drawn to different things in a shopping kind of situation. And there's a buyer for everything. There's someone out there who will be drawn to whatever this thing is, no matter how crazy. There was a craft show several years ago where we were across the aisle from someone who was more of like an antique kind of vendor person. And they had a coat rack, a coat rack where it's a pole in the middle and it has usually like hooks or posts or something at the top to hold coats. So you could have it freestanding in your room and have different places where people can hang their coats and things. Well, this coat rack was differently shaped on the top, and it took me a little while to figure out what was going on. I had to take a picture of it actually and then like zoom in on the picture to see what was over there. The top of the post part was normal enough, but the hooks at the top were deer feet, like angled up. It was hideous. It was so bad. And my sister was running the show with me, and we just leaned over and said, well, there's a buyer for everything. Now, I didn't see that thing sell at that show, but there's someone that is going to appeal to someone for some reason, and you just never know what that reason is. We're all drawn to different things when we're purchasing based on our past experience, based on our vision for the future. Like what have we experienced in the past? What do we know is coming, and things that might be helpful for those things. We just each come to a shopping kind of situation with all of this at play in our minds. So that means we're going to approach purchases differently. It might also be that you are drawn to a person or to a specific store. So think about this in your own mind. I know that there are people that I enjoy buying things from because I enjoy them. Or there are stores where I immediately feel comfortable. And there are other stores where I am on edge the minute I'm in there because for some reason it just isn't a comfortable place for me. So think about this, like where are those places that you enjoy shopping? What draws you to them? What makes you comfortable there? How do people behave, or what's the smell, or what's the environment? What draws you there? And then turn it around. Who is drawn to you? Who are you, and what do you want to put out into the world? So from our perspective, our business, our product business is Big Red Barn Goat Milk Soaps. And the barn is the kingpin to all of the things that have to do with our business. So we're all about the barn. We're about chores. We would be much more likely to use burlap and twine than to use lace and flowers. I am just as likely to show up on YouTube videos in my chore boots as in any other footwear. I might have smudges of something on me. You never know what it could be. This is who we are, and this is what we bring into our marketing and into our product. Not the smudges, but just that kind of persona. Because of that, there are some things that are true about our business. We only make goat milk soap. We have the goats. That is one of the main reasons that we got into the business in the first place. And we put their milk in all of our products. So goat milk is our jam. That's what we do here. And that defines then the types of products that we're going to offer for sale. So everything we like, as much as we can, we have barn themed things. We love the color red, that like that barn red, old barn red. I would be I would choose to tie the top of like a gift wrapped thing with twine. rather than with like lace or ribbon or something. So this just defines some things about our business and about kind of the vibe that we have going on around our business. Now, we are going to draw people to us who are drawn to that kind of vibe. People who are very like fancy and frilly and, and all of that, they're probably going to go buy their soap from the next person down. But for us, we're going to draw those people who are just interested in real, earthy, practical, that kind of customer. So those are the kind of people we're going to draw. At craft shows, sometimes we also see kind of a different dynamic too. If like an older couple has come to the show, she'll be off looking at her things and he's just looking for a place to be where he doesn't feel like he's got two left thumbs, where he's just out of place no matter what. And we will find those guys kind of gravitate up to our booth because they feel comfortable here. It's a barn. They kind of know what to expect. They know the type of people they're going to find there. And they come. They don't often buy something, but they just come there because this feels like a comfortable place. It's a place that they understand, that they know what to expect, and they can just engage in some conversation there because they just kind of know what to expect. So that's part of who we are and who we attract and how that has then determined who our customers are. So then the question for you is, what draws people to you? What about who you are, maybe where you live, the other pieces of your life, what about that makes you unique? And what then from that will spill over into your product that will draw a specific kind of people to you to be your customers? So what draws people to you? Let's think about this. Let me give you a couple examples. Say you are a young mom and other young moms tend to be drawn to you to have a conversation. Maybe kids is your common denominator. Maybe you both have infants. There's a commonality there. There's an experience and a life stage that you're sharing there. Maybe that then can spill over into your product. Maybe your products are very all natural, no colors. Things that would be safe for a baby or for sensitive skin or for whatever. That thought process that you have around your infant could spill over into your products, and then that becomes what you can share with other moms, because as you are creating this product for this type of situation, it will also be good for them in their situation as well. A different example. Maybe you ride a motorcycle and you know that all the people around you, like your very best friends, all ride motorcycles as well. And that means you probably have more leather and denim and bandanas and tattoos, maybe some chains. There's just some things there that are stereotypical motorcycle type people will probably be gravitated toward that more than the lace and flowers. So if that's your experience and if that's your passion, maybe that thing that you love to do, and the people around you enjoy that as well, that could also leak over into your product, where your product is maybe more bold scents, more of the like leather and earthy and smoky kind of scents. It also could be how you present the soaps. Maybe there's some more like leather kind of things in the background or chrome or other things that would be appealing to people who have motorcycles as their common interest. Another example, maybe you are just very organized and neat and clean. And this is who you are. This is your passion. Your house is just always completely together and looking fabulous. Obviously, that is not my passion, but maybe that's yours. Then the background, like in everything you do, you could have everything be very ultra simple. White backgrounds, just simple lettering. Nothing else around the soaps, or maybe just some very simple props, like if you're doing pictures or something. Maybe your soaps also are very geometrical, very straight colors. That doesn't even make sense. I was thinking like straight sides, just very very prim and proper and neat, and that then will appeal to people who also have that same kind of passion or that same kind of tendency. Maybe they don't want all the flamboyant swirls and dark colors and things. Maybe they want their soaps to just be very simple and very neat and very serviceable that way. And that also is a common interest, and how you present your product will appeal to someone who also has that same bent. Or maybe you are the other way. Maybe you have more of a gypsy flair, and you want like bows and big hair and bright makeup and yeah, okay, I'm being very stereotypical there. But maybe you just love all the bright colors and the swirls and the big bold smells. That also is going to attract people who like those same things. Because your table will actually repel the other people because it will smell so bold that they will kind of walk on through to find some other soap vendor. But that is actually okay. You are going to create your product, your booth, your business, your vibe, how it appears on social media. All of these things are going to be a representation of who you are and what you love. And that will attract the people who agree with you. It will attract your crowd. So, and just because somebody else does their soaps one way does not mean that is the only way to do them. You do them your way and you will attract your crowd. You don't need to worry about needing to steal someone else's customers or needing to make your products better than theirs. You just be you and make your soaps, and the right people will come to find you. If they want you to do it differently than how you're doing it, then they are not your people, and you should actually repel them. And that is a good thing. I know it feels really squirmy. It makes you feel squirmy on the inside the first time that somebody walks away from your products or your table or whatever because it just doesn't appeal to them. That is okay. They wouldn't be happy as your customers anyway. So send them on their way to someone else, and you work hard at being you for your customers. If you would like to have a list of questions to help you kind of process through, what do I offer the world? What are those things that help make me unique? What is that interest or that vibe that I want to present that's going to draw people to me who are the same as me? We have a download for you, a free download in the comments of this video. Just go down there, click the link, and you can download those questions to help you kind of mull this over and figure out what are those things that make you unique and that you can then use to help your business and your products stand out above other people's. Our next video is going to be a real practical one when it comes to building your business. We're going to talk about soap labeling and packaging. There's a couple super easy things that you can do to get your soaps labeled correctly and get them then ready to be packaged and ready for sale. I'll see you in that video.